I'm Janelle Schaefer with Sheep Hill Herbs. Welcome to my channel and welcome to another video. I am so glad you are here. So before we get into the video, I'm going to ask you to please subscribe and also hit the bell notification button so that you know when I make new videos, and the like button. And before you go, leave a comment, because all of that will help my videos come up higher when people search herbal videos on YouTube. And then if you want any more information, I do have a blog over at sheephillherbs.com, and that link is in my description. So today I'm going to talk about mustard and how you can do a mustard foot soak to really overcome fatigue and tiredness, and to heat up the body. And if you're sick, if you have a sickness, it really gives like a boost to your immune system. So I'm going to show you how to do this. Let's get started. Okay, so before I show you how to do the foot soak or how to add the spices to the water, I mean, it's so easy. It's not really something you really have to see, but sometimes it's good when you get a demonstration. But this is mustard. It flowers with this beautiful yellow flower, and this can be seen all over the United States, all over the world. In the springtime, the greens come up first, and then they flower. So I encourage you to try to seek out this plant this year, and you can use a plant app to help identify, or ask a local plant person who knows their plants and find this plant, find this herb. You can eat mustard greens, and they are very tangy and bitter, and they are excellent for stimulating the digestive organs. So let me show you how to add the mustard to your bucket. Okay, so here is my bucket of hot water, and it is not steaming because it would clog up my fog up my camera lens. So when you are doing this, you need a bucket or a big deep bowl, and you want to heat your water so that it's hot, but it's not so hot that you are like burning your skin, that you can't put your foot in. So this is very warm. It's warm from the tap, but sometimes what I do is boil some water on the stove and add like a cup of really hot water to very warm water. And then what I'm going to do is put dried mustard into my bucket, and I have about a half a cup here. Okay, and then I'm just going to put my feet in, and I will stir it around. And actually it's pretty hot, and there's my little light thing. I'm going to share with you the benefits of doing this. Okay, so I now have my feet and up to my calf, mid-calf, in a bucket of very warm water, almost hot water, with a half a cup of dried mustard powder. And this is a kitchen spice that you probably have, or maybe you buy mustard seed, and the seed is from the mustard plant, and there are a number of varieties. Mustard greens grow in the springtime, and into the summer they flower in seed, and the seeds are collected, and the seed is what makes our mustard that we use as a condiment, but it also has some amazing medicinal properties. So what I used was dried yellow mustard. There are black mustard seeds and I think brown mustard seeds. So what I have is just the yellow version. And if you have nothing else on hand, if you haven't been buying herbs from a specialty herb location, for instance, I have Mountain Rose Herb link in my description, and that is a great place for bulk herbs and spices. But if you are not doing that, and you have some dried mustard on hand, or you go to the grocery store and you buy some, this is one spice or one herb that I think it's okay to get at the grocery store. For the most part, I always recommend getting your herbs from a specialty herb either shop, location, farm, or company. But the dried mustard, I have found, is pretty durable, and it works well even if you buy it at the grocery store. So I don't know if you remember those old pictures or seeing in old shows, people would be huddled up with like a blanket and a thermometer and maybe a pack on their head and their feet in a bucket. So this is an actual remedy, and people, I don't think, do it for the most part anymore. And what happens is, just as if you were sitting in a bath with herbs, your body, your skin is a sponge, and it's going to absorb the properties from the herbs, which it's basically you're sitting in a big bath of tea, or my feet are in a big bucket of mustard tea, and my body is absorbing like a sponge into the rest of my body. Now, obviously, I'm not taking in all the water. I'm not going to suck it up exactly like a sponge, but water and nutrients and properties are going in the pores into my body. And when you put, when you work with the feet, there are different nerve reflex points, and they respond really well to either essential oils or also herbal foot soaks. So if you are cold, if you have a cold, even if you're just cold, your whole body will be warmed up by putting your feet in a mustard foot soak. Or if you have a cold and you are kind of running a fever, putting your feet in here will help raise the body temperature. You bundle up, and what you want to do is break the fever and perspire, because your body can actually do what it needs to do to clean up that cold, that flu, or whatever, when you use herbs in an appropriate way. So if I were doing this and I had a cold, I would also be drinking tea or drinking water or drinking something, because when you have a raised temperature, you want to treat it with moisture and wetness. You don't want to dry it out. That is when it is dangerous, and it's important then at that point to bring it down with artificial means, like some kind of over-the-counter Tylenol, Advil kind of thing. But if you use the herbs and you foot soak and you're drinking tea, your body will get warm, and it will stay moist, and it will just perspire, and you'll have that break of the fever. That is what you want. And kind of after you have that happen, you're like over the hump, so to say, on a cold.